In the kingdom of frozen tides, voices echo through the deep.
The bearded seal, guardian of sound and silence. Here, light is rare currency, traded between ice and time. Each breath marks ownership of a fleeting world.
From Beaufort to Barents, drifting homes of frozen salt define his domain.
He feels before he sees.
Pressure builds character. Silence builds memory. Alone, yet never without the sea's voice.
Night here does not arrive, the Kili. It waits. Rest is a currents rarely earned beneath moving ice. Fat and fur, insulation bought with generations of cold debt. Ridges of sand reveal the unseen, crustaceans hiding beneath history. Each return to air is a rehearsal for survival. From Beaufort windfields to Barents fog, his kingdom spans 6 seas.
New life glimmers in the brief calm between storms.
Milk richer than oil, 40% fat, 3 weeks to independence.
Each flow, a cradle and a threat. Frost crowns his patience. Endurance is his art. He hunts without eyes, listening to motion in the mud. Tides sculpt his territory, hour by hour.
Stillness is survival. Motion invites risk. The sky writes stories the sea remembers. Winter renews itself through repetition and loss.
Every fracture sings of weight and consequence.
He threads corridors carved by melt and memory.
Tracks fade faster than the sun returns.
Then sound, his mark upon the silence. Buried miles beneath ice, a signal of claim and desire.
Sound defines his boundary, not walls of ice.
The Arctic teaches through reflection, light borrowed, never owned. Every thaw carries a memory of weight.
To breathe is to balance between two worlds.
Between cold and current, life persists. Memory stored in motion, not in stone.
The chapter closes where it began, in silence, beneath the wind.
The frozen kingdom holds its breath, awaiting the turning tide. Below the calm, A rhythm of breath and gravity begins.
Lessons start in silence. Depth teaches faster than words.
First fear, then instinct. Each breath a test of trust.
Guided by presence, not command. Ridges of sand become his first alphabet. Whiskers translate motion into meaning. Depths traced like heartbeats, each dive a pulse in time. Surface, where air is thin and noise returns. Warmth is shared, not stored. Touch becomes a language under the wind.
Practice is survival, rehearsed in slow motion.
Reflex sharpens between hunger and instinct. Light filters through memory, one layer at a time. When ice retreats, hunger follows the thaw. Every platform melts beneath him, yet he stays. The Arctic arranges itself anew each dawn. Joy survives where logic thins. Surface again, proof of breath and belonging. Maintenance, ritual disguised as instinct. Even in calm, fatigue carries the scent of risk. Sound, her only map when sight fades.
Recognition by voice, a reunion scripted in waves.
Solitude ends when sound finds answer. Light returns, soft, reluctant, brief. Life gathers in still water, an economy of movement. Dust of the sea, stirred by hunger and memory. Change spreads quietly, cracks unseen become fate. The water thickens with warning. Instinct tightens before thought arrives. Wind rehearses its ancient violence. Protection moves faster than fear.
Below the storm, the world still listens.
Survival here is measured in silence, recovered.
Risk shared is risk reduced.
Cold teaches in brief sentences.
The lesson ends where endurance begins. Storms here do not arrive. They emerge from memory.
Wind is the first predator of the north. Below the chaos, clarity survives. Where the hunter floats, the hunted reads light. Stillness is strategy.
Energy flows upward through risk and hunger.
Reflex measured in heartbeats, not thought.
The predator knows patience as prayer. Above and below, the ledger balances in breath. Depth is defense. Heart rate falls by half. To wait is to live. Even darkness has architecture. Collision is currency of survival. Air. Earned through risk and ice. Every loss teaches the shape of return. Silence is the reward for endurance. Each drop, proof of a narrow escape. Calories spent, calories earned. The Arctic ledger never forgives. Rest is recovery, not luxury. Peace here is measured in seconds. Perspective returns. Scale restores humility. Every bubble, a chronicle of survival. The ocean forgets quickly, but not completely.
Every life, a calculation between risk and reward.
Light returns like forgiveness. Drying fur, ritual of reset.
Ocean restored, balance briefly won.
Roots relured, territory renewed.
Calm is a temporary myth the Arctic permits.
Life returns in miniature.
Every breath an apology to the sea.
The struggle ends. The watch continues.
Light writes on the water, brief promises to return.
Heat returns as a memory, not a gift.
Generations have read his song long before science found the signal.
Science names him. Myth remember him. Between them, truth survives.
The echoes of survival linger, bridging ancient wisdom and modern inquiry.
Long before satellites, art carried the sound of the sea.
Each line a map, each mark a story of breath. Today, we translate the same rhythm into waveforms. A voice shaped by pressure and ice.
Travel farther than sight, territory marked in echo. Science listens, patient as the ice itself.
Knowledge flows from whisper to pattern. Even in ink, they were known by sound, not sight. Explorers drew the same lines, and modern satellites confirm. Listening is the new hunting.
The ocean speaks, if you learn its syntax.
Patterns repeat through generations, unchanged by technology.
In classrooms far south, the polar world finds new pupils.
Curiosity crosses distance faster than ice melts.
Signals shared from pole to pole, knowledge without borders.
Temperature lines climb, and ice retreats in silence. His world thins beneath him, inch by inch.
Light replaces land.
Forecasts tell stories colder than fact.
Science pauses. Myth continues the sentence.
We borrow design from survival, share heat, waste less.
Nature engineers for endurance, not excess. Balance, fragile, learned, temporary. He emerges where stories and science meet. Whiskers, like antennas, collecting echoes of existence. Knowledge passed by proximity, not by speech. Every return completes the circle again.
Sunsets on data and dream alike. Light bends where faith remains.
He carries our questions back into silence. Melting is not ending. It's memory-changing state. Tomorrow arrives with the same wind, new purpose.
Balance restored, if only for a season.
Legacy begins in movement, not monument.
Generations synchronize beneath the ice. Their song continues, unseen, across the frozen ledger.
The story of the Icebound unfolds, a testament to enduring life. Morning returns with fragile confidence. First dive, an inheritance tested by cold.
Depth accepts him as one of its own.
Fear dissolves into motion.
Her silence is approval. Graduation, measured in breadth and distance.
Transformation, new skin for another season.
Growth recorded not in years, but in layers. Each gram a victory, each day a ledger entry.
Paths carved by instinct, memorized by the sea. Departure is the promise of return. Their shapes repeat, the pattern unchanged for millennia.
Light and memory entwined in motion. The Arctic breathes out, releasing its young.
Rhythm replaces reason, balance achieved through repetition.
One returns late, but alive. Change, the only loyal companion. Community, stitched together by cold and rhythm. Legacy travels quietly beneath the surface. Memory frozen in motion, then released.
Our reflection waits in every surface we disturb.
Numbers alone can't measure resilience. Sound carries memory farther than sight. The Arctic ledger closes with balance intact. To endure is to remember without regret. He vanishes, yet remains. Everywhere sound can travel. Stillness, the final movement of survival. In the silence of the North, every story breathes again.
Want more Icebound stories?
Subscribe for weekly premieres.